Hello, YouTube. So, I was watching Dateline the other day. It was an expose on a doctor who was prescribing medication for patients, and it was a big scandal. And one of the patients said, my doctor fired me when they realized they could no longer prescribe this pain medication for me. So I thought, I'll do a video about how my doctor fired me. So some of you, if you're just new to this channel and finding me, don't know my story. I was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 13. And I took prescription medication for 2 decades, 23 years of my life. I was taking a pill, popping a pill, an anticonvulsant. And for the most part, it was working. I was starting to see pretty serious side effects in my 20s in terms of I would have double vision. I'd be great, they'd sign off on my driver's license, but then I'd be driving down the road and suddenly 2 of everything. Well, I found out what it was, I think, later on. It was too much of the drug in my body, and with my hormones fluctuating like they do because I'm a woman, sometimes it would be way too much. It would not be balanced out by the estrogen or progesterone or whatever. And then suddenly I'd be seeing double. Not very safe when you're driving down the highway. Not very safe at all. Not very safe when you're swimming with children and teaching them how to blow bubbles. Not very safe. So that being said, I made the decision that I was going to come off medication. I didn't know how. I was going to look at all the remedies that I could. I was going to use Google and research and read as much as I could on the different things. I'd heard of the ketogenic diet. At the time, I wasn't like full force into it. I was still like, ooh, eating mayonnaise and bacon all the time. It sounded horrible. But the diet has really become popularized and people are integrating it well into their diet. So back up 5 years ago, when my doctor fired me, I went in and I told him, I'm not taking my medication anymore. I'm experiencing too many side effects from this Keppra. I'm just not feeling great on it, so I'm not going to take it anymore. And he's like, oh, okay. We'll put you on some new drug. I said, no, I'm not going to take any drug anymore. And that did not sit well with Dr. Seastead. And by no means, I'm doing this video because I saw an expose and doctors were scamming patients and getting them addicted to prescription painkillers. As this is not what's going on at Fairfax Neurology. They were pretty decent, and they were following the standard of care, which essentially is try the anticonvulsants first, and if they don't work, then do the ketogenic diet. So I skipped over and said, hey, I'm doing the ketogenic diet and these breathing exercises, and that's how I am staying seizure free. And he looked at me and he said, well, you cannot be my patient anymore if you're not going to take medication. So that broke my heart. Absolutely. I was devastated. I felt very rejected. I felt like he didn't want me around anymore, which he didn't. I'm not profitable to him. I'm not following his prescribed standard of care. And later I actually found out that he himself had epilepsy and, used anticonvulsants, which is fine. And in time, I learned to forgive and forget. But at the time it happened, I was devastated. This was somebody I had gone to for 10 years. And now that I think back about it, being so devastated was silly because he saw me for all of 15 minutes once a year, maybe twice a year sometimes. So it wasn't like, oh yeah, this guy's great. It was more like, oh, check off the boxes. She's taking her pills. Yay, here, I'll give you another prescription. But the reality is I wasn't getting better. I was getting worse. I was having tooth problems. And what happens with anticonvulsants is it leaches the calcium out of your body, and that can come out in the form of out of your teeth. So I have 2 root canals, and I had 2 cracked teeth. And so that's 4 crowns in my mouth now. And I attribute that to the seizure medicine. I did lose all my hair and get alopecia universalis, and that was my main motivating driving factor for getting off the drugs. I was tolerating the side effect of double vision because it would come and go. But losing my hair, I really felt like there was no drug that was going to fix it. They put me on prednisone. It interacted with this drug, that drug, and they had told me I had to stop it. Everything that had grown back in fell out, and I'm like, I just got to stop the drug cycle. It's, they're prescribing more things for me. Different things are falling apart. So I went keto, and actually the path did not directly lead to the ketogenic diet, but that's where I wound up, and that's where I'm having the most success. I'm also doing buteyko breathing, which I absolutely love. It's keeping me from getting sick. It's so wonderful. I have tons of energy. So it's great. And so yeah, my doctor fired me. Tell me in the comments below, has your doctor ever fired you before? Oh, there was one other time a neurologist fired me. I forgot. The other time the neurologist fired me was because I was a bratty 13-year-old. I went in and I had this big attitude, and I think I was probably compliant. I was probably taking my medication, but the doctor told my parents, you need to take her to another doctor. She does not like me. And I barely remember that neurologist, but I do remember the story my parents told me. So yeah, I was a bratty teen. Anyway, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe below. Hopefully I'll have some more ketogenic recipes for you this week. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.